So I'm here with Cody Blair, who was a 13th place participant at the Carta Magica Treasure Cup in Niagara Falls this past weekend. And Cody piloted the Purple Kaido, and he's going to take us through his thoughts on his deck profile as well as on the tournament as a whole.
So I know in the video I talked about Spice on the Carta Magica thing, so I'll talk about that at the very end, so I'm very excited. We'll go through the just auto-includes. Obviously, for Onigashima is an auto-include. Blast Breath at 4 I think is also an auto-include in any deck. In this version, when I'm kind of stressed out or kind of want to not take a huge hit, I have some blockers for that. So I got Black Marias, this guy, because I can't remember his face. That and Queen really helps to protect you in the late game. A couple weird ones. Jack. Jack is discount Onigashima. It essentially has 6 of them in your deck instead of 2 Onigashima for the 1 turn, because getting that 6 Dawn or 7 Dawn is super important, especially in my build, because I want to be very aggressive with the deck and I want to, get tempo over the opponent. Obviously, we go through our dumb 2K counters. That guy, this guy, 2 ulti and X-Drake. X-Drake is incredible. If it helps me develop my board, I'll play him instead of using him for a counter. 5,000 bodies, great, and trashing a card is also really good as well. One game, the guy had 2 cards left in his hand, and I played 2 X-Drake, cleared him, and then just pummeled him after that. Things that I thought would be good that weren't is playing these guys early. Actually, all of these. Just the search is not, it doesn't feel super relevant, especially in my build, I guess, because I kind of built it more for consistency as opposed to like just those big hitters. And Sasuke's way too slow. After that swing, it's too late. Ulti, same deal as X-Drake. If I can develop a board, I'll play it. In the future, I think I'll switch that for that, because I feel like I can actually use this to be more aggressive. Another weird one, because there's nothing really much better. Bagua. If it's hit and trigger, get you a Dawn, but the way I kind of play it, I don't really take a lot of hits early. I'll kind of block whenever I can, so it's never really super relevant. But in the end game, that plus 4,000 out of nowhere really helps, especially if you combine it with Blast Breath. All right, and this is what I like to call my aggressors. Queen is incredible. Works super well as a blocker. I also use it very offensively. I'll use it to kind of pummel my opponent's characters, or just to chip away at them a little more than I would. 4 King, obviously again incredible. Builds that tempo. With Onigashima, he comes out on a turn that answers anything your opponent played last turn, which is really good, and the 7K body is just incredible. And this is where we get into a little spicy. 3 King, 4 King, the 7 cost King. A lot of people will play a different kind of Kaido King match. You'll see like 2-2-2 or like 3-3-3. So I really doubled down on King, because again, that 7,000 is super good. I also found him really good sometimes in the green matchup, because he pops a lot of their just things they want to use to develop card advantage. Mononosuke, Bonnie, the cheap blockers. He tears apart Chopper, he tears apart Capone, Law. Again, it's an incredible 7K. And this is the spice for several reasons. I don't play any board wipe Kaido, but I play like I do. And that really gets into people's heads. When I get like the end tables, what really separates people is misplays. Like if you make a misplay, you're done. And if someone's building their board to counter my board wipe Kaido, they're not paying attention to what I'm doing, which I'm actually trying to push game. If I can get them to 2 life on my turn, I'll generally load Kaido with 7 Dawn. He swings at 13K. Trash the last one, and usually swing with any of these guys, and it usually cleans it up. In practice, I didn't play against a lot of green, or a lot of purple, because obviously I was the only one playing purple. So in the future, I think I'll probably put back in board white Kaido, maybe. It's hard to say.
Do you
I definitely
think
want to build purple more aggressive, but we'll see.
do you think like one or two maybe of board wipe Kaido just to deal with like the 7 and 8 drop kids maybe?
Yeah, the kid's a really tough one. Especially like I thought he could punch over him easier, but like I've swung at him at 12k at some kids, and it just doesn't stop them. And then when they play like Capone with them, or a lot of the green that are playing the 7-cost kid now too, it's really hard.
That's fair. I know that that was who you played in the top 16, right?
Yeah.
And from what I saw, it was just difficult for the 8-cost kid to get put away if he didn't win before then.
Yeah,
but like
a lot of games, if you don't answer, like, I'm going to call him Magnet Kid, because that's what kind of what he does, he just takes over, and there's no coming back from that.
yeah, especially like being
And that's
able.
what happened to me, like, I mean, that happened to me several times, and that's really, my losses were all 3 green decks.
So, I mean, for your record, you played against Kid 3 times. You lost all 3 losses to Kid, but you had a pretty good record. Otherwise, you had 2
I
wins
played
against
Kid 5 times.
5 times, and you were 2 and 3 against Kid. I think and then everyone else you just wiped face with. Luffy, Zoro, Trafalgar Law. You were just.
I was surprised to see Luffy, to be honest. I don't know if that's just me playing with like a small friend group. But the first game I played was a Luffy deck, and it took me by surprise. It can swing kind of high with some guys, which is tough to deal with. But I just, I kind of treated it like the Zoro matchup, and I just beat them to death after that.
Fair enough. I know that it's pretty impressive that you came 13, considering that we don't have any locals here where we are, and we are a tight knit group that plays just 3 of us. So the fact that you were able to just kind of stomp face, and it makes me think that maybe if we had played more green and we had played more of the Luffy and Zoros, that maybe you had a better chance at the tournament. Honestly,
Hard to say.
it's hard to say, but
I think the answer to green is to play green, and I'll never play green.
yeah.
Just especially after this, I'm gonna have Magnet Kid PTSD for a while.
Fair enough. Well, thank you so much, Cody. I really appreciate it. That was the 13th place Treasure Cup list from our own Cody Blair, and he did very, very well, and he blew away a lot of the competition.